As we leave winter, it's time to celebrate the beauty of spring. In this arrangement, foam-free and fabulous, all of our favorite blooms. The mechanics, working foam-free. It's a watertight container with floral netting tucked inside. Flowers, all the springtime favorites, most of them from Barefoot Farms, right outside of Portland, Oregon. One of our graduates, FDI certified floral designer Linda DePersis, shared these flowers with us. The favorite one, bleeding hearts. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Then of course adding in narcissus, one that she is super famous for, some tulips that aren't hers, and then some fabulous hyacinths to add fragrance. Working on trend. Foliages aren't just green anymore. Dusty Miller fills in so well. Pull off any damaged leaves, the shorter ones that are going to be in the way, and give it a cut. Place it in, going to a central binding point, helping to break the line of the container, and then continue filling in a radial fashion. I like to stick the tulips in first as well, because they do continue to grow, so tucking them tight, closer in, allowing them to grow outward, again, in a radial fashion. With the tulips in place, I can come back and add the hyacinth to make sure that the design is as fragrant as it is beautiful. This hot, hot purple color just shouts out. I don't have to worry about tucking them low, because as the tulips grow, they'll fit in just perfectly. Again, radial format, all the way around, and coming back, the little bit of the daffodil. Narcissus, she's famous for these. Linda grows over 20,000 daffodils annually. I know, amazing, isn't it? Tucking it in, finding the perfect spot, making sure that the face shows well. That buttery yellow center is one of my favorites. Again, radiating around, then I can come back, tuck in some bluebells. They're so delicate. Letting them come up a little taller. Adding softness overall. And then of course, don't want to forget the bleeding hearts, the star of the show. Removing enough foliage so that I can feed it in, and then just placing it, letting it drape outward in the design. To finish, the addition of just a bit of jasmine vine, letting it come outward at the sides to add flowing movement. Removing any ends that are damaged, giving it a cut, and then just tucking it in. And once you have that placed, turn it, double check, look for holes, determine where else you might need a bloom. It's possible you need to tuck in a daffodil on the other side, making sure that the color carries through, finding the perfect little spot for it. Grouping maybe two of them together, then turning again, and just double check that you like the placement on everything. The recipe, all of my favorite spring flowers. I started with a base of Dusty Miller, 5 stems. Then I added in the tulips, 7 stems. Next was the hyacinth of 5. Then the bluebells. I used the entire bunch, minus these 2 stems, but I'll tuck those in for the photograph. The bleeding hearts, 4 stems. 2 on the side, 1, and then 1 in the back. Narcissus, 6 stems total, and then just 3 little sprigs of jasmine vine to finish it off. For many, including myself, spring is one of the favorite seasons as the colors burst forth. You'll find more creative inspiration with so many different spring flowers on the website, flowerschool.com. If you have questions, you can reach us through there. But now it's your turn. Create with your favorite spring blooms. Take a picture and post it on social media. Be sure to hashtag Floral Design Institute. That way we all can see what you do as you do something you love.